Hello, welcome to the weekly highlights program on Azərbaycan Television with the major developments of the week. I am your host, Ilham Məmmədov. Now first, let's take a brief look at some of the top stories of this week. Organized by the Nizami Ganjavi International Center under the patronage of President of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev, the 11th Global Baku Forum on the topic Fixing the Fractured World was held at the Gülistan Palace in Baku. President Ilham Aliyev attended the opening ceremony of the forum. An official welcome ceremony was held for President of the Republic of Kazakhstan, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, who arrived in the Republic of Azerbaijan for a state visit. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, held a one-on-one meeting with Prime Minister of Georgia, Irakli Kobakidze, who was on an official visit to Azerbaijan at the invitation of President Ilham Aliyev. An official welcome ceremony was held for President of the Republic of Kazakhstan, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, who arrived in the Republic of Azerbaijan for a state visit.
President of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev welcomed President of Kazakhstan Kassym-Jomart Tokayev.
Qaravul faragat. Soldan qarşılamaq üçün. Qaravula. Ol.
The Chief of the Guard of Honor reported to the Kazakh President.
Cənab Qazaxıstan Respublikasının Prezidenti, sizin Azərbaycan Respublikasına gəlməyiniz şərəfinə fəxri qaral düzülüb. Qaral rəisi Polkovnik Leytenant Quliyev.
The heads of state reviewed the Guard of Honor.
Salam əskər.
The state anthem of the Republics of Kazakhstan and Azerbaijan were played. The delegation of Azerbaijan was introduced to the President of Kazakhstan, while the delegation of Kazakhstan was introduced to the President of Azerbaijan. The Guard of Honor marched in front of the Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev and Kazakh President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev to the accompaniment of the military march. The presidents posed for official photos.
President Ilham Aliyev held a meeting with President of Kazakhstan, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, in a limited format. The first meeting of the Azerbaijan-Kazakhstan High-Level Intergovernmental Council was held with the participation of President of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev and President of Kazakhstan, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev.
Уважаемый Касым-Жомарт Кемелевич, уважаемые гости, дорогие друзья, еще раз от всего сердца приветствую вас.
Addressing the meeting, President Ilham Aliyev sincerely welcomed the guests to Azerbaijan, saying that they have just concluded a very interesting conversation discussing a wide range of bilateral agenda items and regional issues and are commencing the first meeting of the Intergovernmental Council. The head of state added that the decision to establish the council in itself was historic. This once again underscores the high level of our relations and serves as evidence that both sides are committed to strengthening the potential of mutual cooperation. We believe that the outcomes of the visit and the meeting of the Intergovernmental Council will largely shape the future agenda of our relations, said President Ilham Aliyev. Noting that Kazakhstan and Azerbaijan are two brotherly states and for many centuries they lived in peace, brotherhood and cooperation regardless of socio-political formations, the head of state added that as two independent states for over 30 years they have been actively cooperating both within international institutions and in bilateral format.
Благодарю вас, Ильхам Гейдароглу.
Thanking President Ilham Aliyev for his opening remarks with kind words about Kazakhstan, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev expressed his heartfelt gratitude for the hospitality shown to them and used the opportunity to congratulate the head of state on their convincing victory in the presidential election. This victory is a testament to the high confidence and popular support for your strategic course. You are the universal recognized leader of the Azerbaijani people, and it is in this capacity that you are perceived in the international arena, said President of Kazakhstan, noting that they sincerely rejoice in Azerbaijan's historic victory and the restoration of sovereignty over its entire territory. President of Kazakhstan added that this victory was historic in its essence and will certainly go down in the annals of Azerbaijan and world history.
President of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev and President of Kazakhstan, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, watched via a video link the ceremony marking the arrival of a container train from China's Xi'an terminal to Baku's Absheron station. President Ilham Aliyev and President of Kazakhstan, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, watched a video showing the arrival of the train from the Kazakhstan-China terminal, which arrived in Baku in 11 days. This container train's dispatching by the Transport Logistics Center in Xi'an, China, which is owned by Kazakhstan, is of great significance for all participants of the Middle Corridor route. The train, consisting of 61 containers, covered the 7,000-kilometer-long route in 11 days. During the multimodal transportation, the containers were reloaded at the ports of Kazakhstan and then transported via the Caspian Sea to the Baku International Sea Trade Port and subsequently to the Absheron station. The launch of the Transport Logistics Center in China, which aims to significantly increase the volume of cargo transportation along the route, is intended to promote the development of the Middle Corridor and attract new cargoes. The ceremony of signing Azerbaijan-Kazakhstan documents was held with the participation of President Ilham Aliyev and President of Kazakhstan, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev.
Chairman of the Board of the Small and Medium Business Development Agency of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Rövşən Məmmədov, and Chairman of the Board of the Damu Entrepreneurship Development Fund of the Republic of Kazakhstan, Gohar Buribayeva, signed a Memorandum of Understanding between the Small and Medium Business Development Agency of the Republic of Azerbaijan and the Damu Entrepreneurship Development Fund joint stock company. Executive Director of the Media Development Agency of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ahmed Ismailov, and Director of the Central Communications Service under the President of the Republic of Kazakhstan, Askar Umarov, signed the Memorandum on Cooperation between the Media Development Agency of the Republic of Azerbaijan and the Republican State Institution's Central Communications Service under the President of the Republic of Kazakhstan. President of the State Oil Company of the Azerbaijan Republic, Rövşən Məmmədov, and Chairman of the Management Board of National Company Kazmunay of the Republic of Kazakhstan, Maksum Mirzagaliyev, signed the Memorandum on Strategic Cooperation between the State Oil Company of Azerbaijan Republic and Kazmunay National Company Joint Company in the field of purchase and sale of Kazakh oil, and the agreement between the State Oil Company of Azerbaijan Republic and Kazmunay National Company Joint Stock Company on a stage increase of volumes of Kazakh oil transported through the territory of the Republic of Azerbaijan. Chief Executive Officer of the Azerbaijan Investment Holding Ruslan Alekhanov and Chief Executive Officer of Samruk Kazina Joint Stock Company Nurlan Jakupov signed the agreement on strategic partnership between the Azerbaijan Investment Holding and Samruk Kazina Joint Stock Company. Minister of Culture of the Republic of Azerbaijan Adil Karimli and Minister of Culture and Information of the Republic of Kazakhstan Aida Balayeva signed the action plan for 2024-2025 between Minister of Culture of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Minister of Youth and Sport of the Republic of Azerbaijan, and Minister of Culture and Information of the Republic of Kazakhstan. Minister of Digital Development and Transport of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Rashad Nabiyev, and Minister of Digital Development, Innovations and Aerospace Industry of the Republic of Kazakhstan, Baghdad Musin, signed the Memorandum of Understanding between the Minister of Digital Development and Transport of the Republic of Azerbaijan and Minister of Digital Development, Innovations and Aerospace Industry of the Republic of Kazakhstan in the field of exploration and use of outer space for peaceful purposes. Minister of Science and Education of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Emin Amrulayev, and Minister of Science and Higher Education of the Republic of Kazakhstan, Sayasat Nurbek, signed the protocol on amendments to the Agreement on Cooperation of April 3, 2017, in the field of education between the Minister of Science and Education of the Republic of Azerbaijan and Minister of Science and Higher Education of the Republic of Kazakhstan. Minister of Digital Development and Transport of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Rashad Nabiyev, and Minister of Transport of the Republic of Kazakhstan, Marat Karabayev, signed the agreement on mutual recognition of diplomas of specialization of ship crews between the Ministry of Digital Development and Transport of the Republic of Azerbaijan and Ministry of Transport of the Republic of Kazakhstan. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev and President of the Republic of Kazakhstan Kassym-Jomart Tokayev signed the decision of the first meeting of High-Level Intergovernmental Council of the Republic of Azerbaijan and the Republic of Kazakhstan.
President of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev and President of Kazakhstan Kassym-Jomart Tokayev made press statements. An official reception was held on behalf of President Ilham Aliyev in honor of President of the Republic of Kazakhstan Kassym-Jomart Tokayev at the Gülistan Palace in Baku. President of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev and President of the Republic of Kazakhstan Kassym-Jomart Tokayev got familiarized with the master plan of the city of Füzuli, attended the inauguration ceremony of the Kurmangazi Children's Creativity Center, Afterwards, the heads of state familiarized themselves with the project for the construction of the Central District Hospital in Füzuli. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev and President of the Republic of Kazakhstan Kassym-Jomart Tokayev visited the city of Shusha. The heads of state viewed the monuments to prominent personalities of Azerbaijan such as Natavan, Bülbül and Üzeyir Hacıbeyli, which were shot by Armenians in Shusha during the occupation. The presidents were briefed on the master plan of the city of Shusha. The heads of state visited the Natavan Spring and viewed Heydar Aliyev and Karabakh exhibition at the Creative Center restored by the Heydar Aliyev Foundation. The presidents made a tour of the Saatli Mosque, House Museum of Bülbül, Cedurdüzü Plain and the Yasemen Hotel, consisting of 3 residential buildings built in the style of the Karabakh Architectural School of the mid-19th century. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev received newly appointed BP Chief Executive Officer Murray Auchincloss.
Murray Auchincloss congratulated Ilham Aliyev on his victory in the presidential election. The head of state expressed his gratitude for the congratulations. Hailing his visit to Baku, the BP CEO extended his congratulations on the achievements that Azerbaijan has gained over the past 30 years. He emphasized the importance of channeling the revenues from energy resources to the development of the economy during this period. Murray Auchincloss lauded Azerbaijan's cooperation with BP. President Ilham Aliyev highlighted the long-standing and successful cooperation between Azerbaijan and BP. The head of state underscored the importance of the contract of the century signed in 1994 as the starting point for the strategic partnership between Azerbaijan and BP. The president of Azerbaijan emphasized that revenues generated from energy resource production had been effectively directed towards the economic, social, and all other areas of development in the country. The meeting highlighted Azerbaijan's contribution to the energy security of several countries in the region and Europe. In particular, the reliable gas supplies is one of the results of the cooperation with Azerbaijan. They emphasized the country's current potential of both hydrocarbon and renewable energy sources, with specific mention of upcoming projects in these areas planned this year for Azerbaijan's liberated territories in collaboration with BP. Future cooperation opportunities between BP and SOCAR were also discussed as part of the deliberations.
President Ilham Aliyev received co-chairs of the Nizami Gencevi International Center, Vayra Vicky Freiberger and Ismail Sarıgeldin, former heads of state and government and members of the center's board of trustees.
Former president of Latvia and co-chair of the Nizami Gencevi International Center, Vayra Vicky Freiberger, thanked President Ilham Aliyev for receiving the members of the board of trustees. Vayra Vicky Freiberger congratulated Ilham Aliyev on his victory in the presidential election and emphasized that it was a manifestation of the great trust and confidence of the Azerbaijani people in the head of state. The co-chair of the Nizami Gencevi International Center also congratulated Azerbaijan on securing its territorial integrity and hosting COP29, noting that it was a great achievement for Azerbaijan. She noted that this was the embodiment of Azerbaijan's global leadership in the field of green energy. Ismail Sarıgeldin, the co-chair of the Nizami Gencevi International Center, conveyed his congratulations to Azerbaijan and expressed his hope that the 11th Global Baku Forum would achieve new successes. He said that Nizami Gencevi International Center was also ready to support Azerbaijan in the process of chairing and hosting COP29, emphasizing that the center had many experts involved in the COP process. The head of state expressed gratitude for the congratulations and wished the forum success. The president of Azerbaijan described the 11th Global Baku Forum as a vital platform for discussing important issues on the international agenda. The head of state pointed out that Azerbaijan was currently taking all necessary measures to make this a result-oriented event. During the meeting, the sides exchanged views on issues on the global and regional agenda and the process of normalization of relations between Azerbaijan and Armenia. It was noted that Azerbaijan supported the regional peace agenda. The sides also spoke about the ongoing restoration and construction efforts in the liberated territories of Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan's dynamically developing cooperation with countries of Central Asia as a single geopolitical space in political, economic, transport, logistics, and other fields was cited as an example. Touching upon the importance of the Middle Corridor, the sides emphasized the significance of the projects jointly implemented by Azerbaijan and Central Asian countries and the contribution of the country to the energy security of Europe, especially the European Union. The sides also exchanged views on Azerbaijan's gas exports to Europe and other issues of mutual interest.
The head of state received Director General of the World Health Organization, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus.
Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus congratulated Ilham Aliyev on his victory in the presidential election and the hosting of COP29 in Azerbaijan. The head of state thanked him for the congratulations. The party stressed the importance of the 11th Global Baku Forum and Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus' participation in the event. The sites noted the growing reputation of the Nizami Ganjavi International Center on the global arena and described the participation of a large number of guests in this forum as a good sign of this. During the meeting, they shared their views on the cooperation between Azerbaijan and the World Health Organization within the framework of COP. The Director General of the World Health Organization emphasized that the direct impact of climate change on the spread of various diseases worldwide and its direct relevance to health care, underscoring the importance of cooperation with Azerbaijan in this area.
President of the Republic of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev received Wu Hongbo, the special representative of the Chinese government on European affairs. Wu Hongbo congratulated Ilham Aliyev on his victory in the presidential election, recalling that Chinese President Xi Jinping had sent a congratulatory letter to the head of state on this occasion and conveyed the Chinese president's greetings to the Azerbaijani president. He also congratulated President Ilham Aliyev on securing the hosting of COP29 in Azerbaijan. The head of state expresses gratitude for the congratulations and the greetings of the Chinese president and asked Wu Hongbo to communicate his greetings to Xi Jinping. The special representative of the Chinese government on European affairs emphasized that under President Ilham Aliyev's strong leadership, Azerbaijan has achieved significant accomplishments in political, economic, social, and other areas. Wu Hongbo noted that the meeting between the presidents of Azerbaijan and China in Samarkand in 2022 gave a great impetus to the development of bilateral relations, followed by new achievements in bilateral bonds. He highlighted that Azerbaijan-China relations have reached their highest level in history. The head of state fondly recalled his meeting with the president of China in Samarkand, adding that both sides made serious efforts to advance the discussed issues. President Ilham Aliyev underscored Azerbaijan's interest in elevating relations with China to a qualitatively new level. The head of state expressed Azerbaijan's readiness to closely cooperate with China within the framework of COP, highlighting China's remarkable technological advancements in renewable energy. The president noted that Azerbaijan is ready to collaborate with China in this area. President Ilham Aliyev emphasized that green transition is one of Azerbaijan's priorities and noted the country's interest in establishing joint production facilities in this field. Wu Hongbo expressed gratitude for Azerbaijan's continuous and firm support for China's territorial integrity. During the meeting, the sides highlighted mutual support between Azerbaijan and China within international organizations and hailed cooperation in cultural and humanitarian fields between the two countries. President Ilham Aliyev received High Representative for the United Nations Alliance of Civilizations, Miguel Ángel Moratinos.
Miguel Ángel Moratinos congratulated Ilham Aliyev on his victory in the presidential elections and the selection of Azerbaijan as the chair of COP29. The head of our state expressed his gratitude for the congratulations. The guest emphasized that the achievements of our country are impressive and that Azerbaijan has successfully chaired the non-aligned movement. He expressed his satisfaction with the cooperation between UN Alliance of Civilizations and Azerbaijan and expressed his gratitude for the support extended. During the conversation, the sides mentioned that within the framework of COP29, events on the topic World Religious Leaders Supporting the Fight Against Climate Change would be held in cooperation. Issues were touched upon in this regard. During the meeting, the parties emphasized that the World Forum on Intercultural Dialogue was successfully held in Azerbaijan and that this tradition will continue. It was noted that the UN Alliance of Civilizations has always shown its support as a partner World Forum on Intercultural Dialogue. During the conversations, the parties expressed their concern about the growing trends of Islamophobia in European countries.
The head of state also received Chairman of the Council of Elders of the Organization of Turkic States, Binali Yildirim. Binali Yildirim noted the increasing influence of the Nizami Ganjavi International Center in the world as a platform for discussing important international issues. He expressed confidence that the 11th Global Baku Forum will also be held successfully. As Chairman of Council of Elders of the Organization of Turkic States, Binali Yildirim expressed gratitude for the continued support. The head of state emphasized that after the presidential election in Azerbaijan, as always, according to the tradition, he made his first official visit to Turkey and fondly recalled his discussions with Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. During the meeting, the sides hailed the successful development of brotherly and friendly relations between Azerbaijan and Turkey across all areas and exchanged views on the prospects for relations in various spheres. Organized by the Nizami Ganjavi International Center under the patronage of President of Azerbaijan Ilham Aliyev, the 11th Global Baku Forum on the topic Fixing the Fractured World was held at the Gulistan Palace in Baku. President İlham Əliyev attended the opening ceremony of the forum. The head of state addressed the opening ceremony. In his speech, President İlham Əliyev noted that the Global Baku Forum had become one of the leading international conferences on a global scale, and today is regarded as equally important as leading international forums such as the Davos World Economic Forum and the Munich Security Conference, stressing that the main geopolitical change that had occurred since the last meeting in Baku a year ago had been the complete restoration of the territorial integrity and sovereignty of Azerbaijan. The other side said that this was indeed a very serious geopolitical change, which in his opinion will have many positive consequences for resolving seemingly unresolvable conflicts. In his speech, President İlham Əliyev also emphasized that we are now closer to peace with Armenia than ever before, saying that never in the history of the independence of the South Caucasus has peace been as close as it is today, and this is the result of the Second Karabakh War. Hosting of COP29 by Azerbaijan is a recognition of Azerbaijan's efforts towards the green transition, said President İlham Əliyev, and informed about Azerbaijan's specific steps in the field of green transition. The head of state emphasized that COP29 will be the first opportunity to show that a country living independently and not dependent on anyone can develop successfully. Dwelling on the results of Azerbaijan's 4-year chairmanship of the non-aligned movement in the second largest international movement after the UN, uniting 120 countries, President İlham Əliyev said that a special atmosphere had been created within the movement, stressing that Azerbaijan actively cooperates with non-member countries of the European Union, as well as with the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. The head of state showcased this as the reason of the ability of Azerbaijan to unite various countries. This is exactly what is needed now to solve climate problems. Chairman of the Council of Elders of the Organization of Turkic States, Binali Yildirim, presented President İlham Əliyev with a memorable gift. President İlham Əliyev received Guy Ryder, the Under-Secretary General for Policy at the United Nations.
Guy Ryder conveyed the greetings of UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres to the head of state. President İlham Əliyev expressed his gratitude for the greetings and asked Guy Ryder to communicate his greeting to the UN Secretary General as well. Congratulating the President of Azerbaijan on securing the hosting of COP29 in Azerbaijan, Guy Ryder said that UN was ready to fully support Azerbaijan and work with the country in the process. The head of state expressed his gratitude for that and said that effective cooperation had already been established between Azerbaijan and relevant UN agencies towards the successful organization of COP29, adding that delegations from both sides are working closely. President İlham Əliyev said that this year's agenda of COP29, chaired by Azerbaijan, was dedicated to the topic of climate financing and emphasized that Azerbaijan would spare no effort to advance the COP agenda on these and other topics. In particular, Azerbaijan's active membership in various international institutions and its successful chairmanship of non-aligned movement had created ample opportunities for this. Guy Ryder spoke about the Summit of the Future to be held in New York in September this year on behalf of the UN Secretary General. During the conversation, the sides discussed the upcoming agenda of the UN General Assembly. The head of state said Azerbaijan would continue to provide its support and contributions as one of the active members of the UN Sustainable Development Agenda. During the meeting, the sides emphasized that Azerbaijan would host the World Urban Forum, one of the most important events in the UN system in 2026. The sides also reviewed the role of the 11th Global Baku Forum in terms of discussion of issues on the global agenda.
President İlham Əliyev met with Bayram Begay, the President of the Republic of Albania.
During the meeting, the sides hailed the successful development of bilateral relations between the two countries, noting the role of President İlham Əliyev's state visit to Albania and President Bayram Begay's official visit to Azerbaijan in strengthening bilateral ties. The presidents touched upon the importance of Albanian Prime Minister Edi Rama's visit to Azerbaijan this March. During the conversation, they mentioned the activity of the Thousand Gas Corridor and the role of this project in ensuring energy security. The sides exchanged views on the issues of Azerbaijan investment in Albania. The presidents praised the positive dynamism in the development of bilateral bonds. During the conversation, they noted that the 11th Global Baku Forum serves to strengthen international cooperation.
President İlham Əliyev also received Željka Cvijanović, the Serb member of the presidency of Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Željko Cvijanović congratulated İlham Əliyev on his victory in the presidential election and wished him success in his endeavors. President İlham Əliyev expressed his gratitude for the congratulations. The head of state fondly recalled his official visit to Bosnia and Herzegovina last year and the discussions held during the trip. During the meeting, the sides hailed the development of relations between the two countries across all areas. They specifically highlighted Azerbaijan's relations with the Balkans and the significant progress in cooperation with Bosnia and Herzegovina in this context. Views were exchanged on issues of cooperation in energy, investments, transport, logistics, tourism, and other domains between the two countries. During the conversation, the parties touched on the significance of the 11th Global Baku Forum. Željko Zvijanović noted that very topical issues were discussed at the event.
On March 15th, President Ilham Aliyev received Tzipi Livni, the former Minister of Foreign Affairs of Israel.
During the meeting, the sides touched upon the significance of the 11th Global Baku Forum, stressing the importance of the participation of numerous guests and the growing representation of international institutions. They expressed confidence that the forum would contribute to strengthening international cooperation. It was noted that Tzipi Livni traditionally participates in the Global Baku Forum.
President Ilham Aliyev received Wolfgang Ischinger, the president of the Munich Security Conference Foundation Council.
The head of state expressed his satisfaction with his regular participation in the meetings of the Munich Security Conference and the discussions held within its framework. President Ilham Aliyev noted that during his participation in the Munich Security Conference this February, cooperation issues related to COP29 were discussed between Azerbaijan and the Munich Security Conference. During the meeting, the sides discussed the organization of a separate event of the Munich Security Conference dedicated to climate security and peace agenda within the framework of COP29 to be held in Azerbaijan. Wolfgang Ischinger mentioned that the Munich Security Conference Foundation holds events in different regions of the world each year and extended his invitation for Azerbaijan to be represented in those events. During the conversation, the sides also discussed the regional peace agenda.
The head of state then received Dennis Francis, the president of the 78th session of the United Nations General Assembly.
During the meeting, the sides held a cooperation between Azerbaijan, the United Nations, and its various agencies. Dennis Francis emphasized the importance of the Global Baku Forum organized by the Nizami Ganjavi International Center and the discussions held within its framework. He lauded Azerbaijan's contributions to multilateral diplomacy and intercultural dialogue. The United Nations official congratulated the head of state on securing the hosting of COP29 in Azerbaijan and emphasized the importance of the Troika mechanism created within this framework, including Azerbaijan, the United Arab Emirates, and Brazil. Expressing his gratitude for the congratulations, President Ilham Aliyev stated that Azerbaijan had adopted an inclusive approach within the framework of the COP29 process and that the Troika mechanism had been created for the first time within the COP framework. During the meeting, it was noted that Azerbaijan remained committed to the peace agenda, that the fundamental principles forming the basis of the peace agreement had been put forward by Azerbaijan and that the parties were currently in talks on the text of the peace agreement. The head of state emphasized that the consensus reached in the Eastern European group regarding the holding of COP29 in Azerbaijan was itself part of the peace agenda. Thus, Azerbaijan supported Armenia's candidacy for membership of the COP Bureau from the Eastern European group, and Armenia supported Azerbaijan's candidacy to host the COP29. The simultaneous release of the two countries' servicemen is a development serving the peace agenda. During the conversation, the sides noted Azerbaijan's successful chairmanship of the non-aligned movement, the country's initiatives related to determining humanitarian demining as a new sustainable development goal within the movement, as well as the mobilization of international efforts in this field. The sides also stressed the importance of holding such an important event as the World Urban Forum in Azerbaijan in 2026 within the framework of the country's cooperation with the UN institutions.
The head of our state also received Achim Steiner, the administrator of the United Nations Development Programme.
Achim Steiner congratulated President Ilham Aliyev on Azerbaijan's successful bid to host COP29 and assuming the presidency of the conference. He expressed the UNDP's readiness to collaborate with Azerbaijan in organizing COP29. The head of state thanked him for the congratulations. Achim Steiner commended the cooperation between Azerbaijan and the UNDP in realizing the Sustainable Development Goals and expressed the UNDP's willingness to closely cooperate with Azerbaijan in implementing green growth and digital transformation, aligning with the country's national sustainable development priorities. President Ilham Aliyev briefed Achim Steiner on Azerbaijan's development strategy until 2030, noting that green transition is one of the priority areas for the country. The head of state said that the renewable and green energy potential of the country exceeds 200 gigawatts, adding that Azerbaijan will have the opportunity to produce 5 megawatts of renewable energy resources in the near future. In this context, the president emphasized that Azerbaijan took the initiative to form a renewable green energy corridor linking the Caspian Sea and the Black Sea, and that joint cooperation with the countries of the region is underway in this regard. The head of state emphasized that despite Azerbaijan being a country that exports fossil fuels, the green transition is defined as a priority direction. During the meeting, they noted that Azerbaijan's development program spans various areas, including the development of regional transportation corridors and the Middle Corridor, enhancement of agriculture and tourism, ensuring food security, efficient management of water resources. Furthermore, the discussion underscored the significance of deepening cooperation between Azerbaijan and UNDP in the mining efforts, including the co-organization of a annual conference in Baku dedicated to addressing this issue. They also discussed the development of Azerbaijan's role as a regional training center for global humanitarian demining in partnership with UNDP.
President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, held a one-on-one meeting with Prime Minister of Georgia, Irakli Kobakhidze, who was on an official visit to Azerbaijan at the invitation of President Ilham Aliyev.
During the meeting, the sides hailed the successful development of friendly and brotherly relations between the two countries across various areas. The sides noted that the official visit of the Prime Minister of Georgia to Azerbaijan would contribute to the further expansion of bilateral cooperation. During the conversation, they exchanged views on the prospects for bilateral bonds and issues of mutual interest.
President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, and Prime Minister of Georgia, Irakli Kobakhidze, made press statements. President Ilham Aliyev held an expanded meeting over lunch with Prime Minister of Georgia, Irakli Kobakhidze. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, viewed the modern ambulances acquired by the State Agency on Mandatory Health Insurance.
Chairman of the Executive Board of the State Agency, Zaur Aliyev, briefed the head of state on the newly acquired modern ambulances that enable evacuation in life-threatening situations. The acquisition is intended to enhance the quality of emergency medical services available to the population. Among the 100 emergency medical assistance vehicles, which are of the Italian brand Iveco Daily 35S15E4, 66 are standard differential, 3 are psychiatric, 20 are intensive care, 1 is equipped with a portable X-ray machine, and 10 are parental incubators. Zaur Aliyev stated that following the implementation of mandatory health insurance, a total of 349 ambulances were acquired.
That was all for the week. Thank you for watching us, and stay tuned not to miss the next edition of our program.